And so this video begins at Universal Studios, Florida. And today's video is all about screen-used movie cars. And I felt it was important to share this treasure from the 1985 classic Back to the Future, one of my favorite films of all time. Enjoyed coming over here to Universal Studios, Florida, always taking pictures with the time machine. This was used at the end of the movie from the original film because it's got the Mr. Fusion right there. That's right. Ooh, Circuits of Time, dude. Oh wait, that's the wrong time travel movie. It's hard to see the flux capacitor in there with the glare. You can kind of see it lighten up there. The Jules Verne train, seen in Back to the Future Part 3. I felt that we need to share these because of where we're going today, which is not too far from Universal Studios, Florida. Actually, it's over on International Drive. My first ever time at Dezerland, Orlando. Someone's taking a picture there. Whoops, sorry. And speaking of movies, it looks like Universal Studios is promoting their brand new animation, actually DreamWorks, Dogman. I don't know anything about this. It looks fun. It comes out January 31st. Hey, and normally the screen used cars from American Graffiti, a George Lucas classic, Harrison Ford in that movie, also Ron Howard. They're usually sitting here in front of Mel's Drive-In, but because of Rock the Universe, they have been moved. This is a staging area, Rock the Universe, big concert event that happens here every January of each year. Yeah, no more screen used cars out here for the duration of Rock the Universe. And I've got some breaking news, a bit of an announcement for you Universal Mardi Gras goers. Coming soon, the new tribute store, Cypress T. Pavo's Legends of the Bayou Museum and Gift Shop this way. Bit of a cryptids thing going on here. Nosqua Nuisance, see the world's famous. Oh, it's a roadside attraction. Okay, this is right up our alley. Can't wait for this to open. I'll have to come back right here at Williams of Hollywood, where they always have these spring and summer tribute stores most of the time. Right here. I'm really anxious to see this. Looks awesome. Can't wait to get inside. Even the movie stars get cold. Hello, Marilyn. Where's your Cadillac?
Huh?
Your Cadillac.
She's finicky. She doesn't like the cold.
She doesn't like the cold either? Oh, that's awesome. I see you have your coat on.
You like it?
Yeah, it's awesome.
This year in his pockets.
Even the mystery gang's wearing their jackets. They gotta keep warm. Zoinks! It's cold in Florida. It's actually like snowing up in the Panhandle right now. Good to see that this gang is staying warm. Oh, that's so nice. Fun Spot Drive and International Drive. Right here, 5250 International Drive. The last time I was here, this property was known as the Artegon Marketplace. It's been many years, but today it is home to Florida's largest indoor attraction, Dezlerland Action Park, Dezerland. I've been aiming to come here for so long. This place looks amazing. And today I plan to feature America's largest automobile extravaganza, the Orlando Auto Museum, or museum is how I say it. I tried it. I said it. It didn't feel right. Orlando Auto Museum. That's how it's gonna be. 850,000 square feet. The Orlando Auto Museum has over 2,000 cars, 20 rooms, and a ton that were used, screen used in movies, like the James Bond franchise. The name's J. Tampa J. I just had to. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. I've kind of set it all up. Yes, I'm going inside Dezerland for my first time. They've got so much going on here. I will be back here to check out other stuff, but for today, I wanted to break down the Orlando Auto Museum. I want to see all these cars. I do know that they have James Bond cars. They have a Ghostbusters Ecto-1 in here. They have Batmobiles. I'm anxious to see what's all inside. Going in with no spoilers, baby. There's much ahead. Hope you enjoy the tour. Speaking of movie cars, we got Tow Mater here. I don't think this was screen used. That's a Pixar movie, animated, but it looks pretty close. And I believe right here is Pierce Brosnan, James Bond, driving the boat from GoldenEye, one of my favorites. I don't know if this boat's in here, but that would be amazing. All right, folks, just walked in the entrance here. Little did I know that they had a 007 Bond bar. And right behind us, the James Bond Museum entrance. And I see some cars back there. I think part of the Auto Museum is split up among all the attractions in here. There's a tank down here. There's more vehicles down this way. This is the bowling area. This is the main area right here. You see cars out here. There's a mystery machine. Hey, just saw the gang. And it looks like most of the auto museum is right through here. What's up, Doc? Giant Bugs Bunny in front of his car. This is the Mr. B Bunny car. It says that's who's driving there. I'm not trying to get far ahead of myself, but that's a giant carrot car. That's cool. All right, so this is the museum entrance. It looks like I'll have to buy my tickets online, but they got a nice little menu up here so you can check the prices. I'm gonna check in. Looks like child admission $20.95, adult admission $29.95. They also have senior, military, and college discounts. And also you can just combo it up here if you wanted to. If we wanted to do more than just the auto museum, we can add other stuff. And it looks like you can purchase your ticket here. I didn't see that at first. I'm gonna go ahead and just purchase it here. These fine cars are a part of the private collection of Michael Dezer. I hope you enjoy your visit and appreciate them as I do. Thank you, Michael Dezer. All paid up, got my wristband. Came out to 30 bucks with all the taxes and whatnot, and the James Bond Museum is part of the admission, so we'll be able to go in there with our wristband. Check this out. I think I see 22 rooms. This is gonna be amazing. And we start right here with Sucker and Succotash and Bugs Bunny. What's up, Doc? We just saw that from afar. Look at this. What is this? It's a pink car. Who's driving? I remember seeing some of the episodes of the old Thunderbird show. This is pretty amazing. I would love to drive something like that. I like the big glass dome. Check out, they got the mannequins in there and some of the Thunderbird characters. It's really neat. And look, it's the mystery machine. I'm already noticing there's not any plaques. Like, there's nothing here to say, hey, this was in this movie or this is this. There is a guided tour that you can take right there. Those folks are on the tour and they know. Oh, look, you can also, on that tour, you can get inside vehicles. They're getting inside the mystery machine, so maybe the tour is the way to go if you want to know what these cars are. But so far, for outside, this is just the entrance. I don't see anything about where these cars are from. This is a cool scooter. That could be in Austin Powers for all I know. Looks like it would have been, or should have been. There is like a little white tag on each window. I can see that it says 1947 Ford Street Rod. Of course, it's a Ford. Good old T-Bucket hot rod. And there's another Ford right next to it. And ka-chow, or Cars from Cars. Just recently watched that last year for the first time. Really enjoyed it. Very Roadside America, very Americana, and a lot of racing Easter eggs and puns. It was really good, really classic. And there's the side of Lightning McQueen right there, number 95, ka-chow. And check this out. They've got the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. This is what I'm hoping for, that they have like signs if it's a movie car. Look at that. I haven't seen that movie since it came out. I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. Always love a good Sean Connery movie, and that was really like one of the last movies that he starred in all those years ago. I think that was what, like early 2000s? Oh, right there. 2003, October. Spirited Nemo. Look at this. It's got like gargoyles on the front. This is a screen used car from the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That's really neat. You can kind of see from over there. If we actually go outside of the museum, you can see the backside. Oh my gosh. I did not know this existed. I was just out in California and saw the crash site where the original 130 car, James Dean's car, crashed. This is a nice tribute. You've got James Dean's head on the hood with the wings. You've got wings back here. This is the little bastard car recreated. That is really neat. J. Orberg's Hollywood Cars. That's who made this right here. It says James Dean. No, in front it says Giant, which was James Dean's last film. Only did 3. That is really neat. That's a giant James Dean head right there. And then right next door, we got Marilyn. It's funny, we just saw Marilyn over at Universal Studios and we were asking her about her car. Little did I know, they were actually gonna pay her tribute with this golden Cadillac. There she is on the hood. That's what we call a hood ornament. And then, I don't know if that's her right there. Yeah, I think that's like a, doesn't look like her, but that's supposed to be Marilyn right there. I like that these scoops kind of go out like this, these fins. That's a really beautiful Cadillac, gold. And look at this Cadillac right next to Marilyn's. It's Elvis's. Elvis, oh, He's driving right there. There he is. I knew he was alive. That thing's pretty impressive. I love that the King's crown is right there on the hood. Now that's a hood ornament right there. You can also give the car a tip. It's a bowl. It really is just a bowl. That's awesome. And it actually begins. All the appetizers were amazing. We've got 22 rooms to go. Whoa! It's gonna be a long video, but it's absolutely necessary. And the first 2 rooms are right here to the right, but as you can see, the tour is there. It's a little busy, so we're gonna go a little out of order, but might as well start with this giant 100-foot limousine. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Talk about super stretched limo. This is the longest car in the world, Guinness World Records. And although people have signed it, it says do not touch. I don't think they signed it recently. This is amazing. It's got a helicopter landing pad, a pool / jacuzzi, and of course, a place to hit your golf balls. That's amazing. Think about all the people you could fit inside this car. That would be a very big turn. I don't even think this was actually driving on the road. It's literally almost impossible unless you're not making any turns. That's the only thing I can see. And then over here they have an entire display of just Vespas. Let's take a quick look at that. Not just Vespa scooters, but the Vespa cars. Wow, what a collection. They even have toy Vespas in here. I like the little truck. And here's a Vespa scooter with a sidecar. Now that would be fun. This one here is a 1957 Vespa GS 150 V53. And it's rather small. It also has a sidecar. That's really neat. Whoever parked this car right here between these 2 racks, perfect parking spot. I mean, there's a matter of inches in between the front and the back. Good parking. It's a Vespa 400. I would love to drive that too. Looks like a clown car. Look at the tires. Those tires are like a foot. Duesenberg and Israel cars, and also France. We've got like an international car thing going on here. Hey, there's Betty Boop again. Look at this. Little did we know we were going to see a Marilyn Monroe and a Betty Boop car after seeing them both over at Universal. This is a Trojan Hinkle 1962. The front comes open. That's how you get in the car. I think I remember Steve Urkel driving one of these things. There are so many cars in here. These are just all tiny cars. I see a smart car over here. That's a newer one. There's a Bugatti. Look at that Bugatti. Here's a Volkswagen Golf just sitting in the middle of the room here, in the middle of the hallway. It says it is believed to be one that was owned and driven by Kate Middleton before she married Prince William. She is currently Duchess of Cornwall and Cambridge and future Queen of England. The car was later used by her sister, Pippa Middleton. This was Kate Middleton's car, her Volkswagen. As you can see, it's right-hand drive, UK. That's pretty neat. He has this car sitting in this museum. That's crazy. Planet Euro. All right, that's all like Volkswagens in there. I'm sure there's other stuff in there. We'll get in there eventually. Just to show you what's going on here, we're just gonna keep going. I'm here to see the movie cars, screen used cars, so I might skip a bunch of this stuff and come back. Oh, I see the bat signal. It's about to get Batman. I see muscle cars over there. I see a plane hanging. I see the Joker. And here's the Batman. Yes. We're gonna go into Gotham. I promised you the Batman. This is really neat. Look at this entrance. I like all the graphics. You got GCPD, you got the police car out here. Ooh, I believe that is a screen used Dark Knight police car. Then you got the Dark Knight up here himself. I'm Batman. Passenger, the Joker. I think they're saying this is the actual car that the Joker, the Gotham police car, that he was riding in the Dark Knight, which is an awesome scene. That's so cool. Screen used Dark Knight car. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. I see some OG Batmobiles in here, the Batboat. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, look at this. 1989 Batmobile 2 driven by Michael Keaton, and Batman 1989 and Batman Returns. The second series of Batmobiles were based upon the 1967 Chevy Impala found in a London junkyard by special effects supervisor and set builder John Evans, almost 20 feet in length. Each is powered by a 327 cubic inch V8 Chevrolet engine mounted low in the frame in order to drop the hood line and enhance the car's sleek profile. Rolls-Royce jet engine components were used to form the hood-mounted intake, and turbine blades in the nose piece were scavenged from British Harrier fighter jets. The massive Batmobile 2 was made more intimidating than the original Batmobile from the TV series. So this is an actual screen-used Batmobile from Batman 1989 and Batman Returns. Michael Keaton drove me. I mean, when I think Batmobile, this is what I think of. I grew up in that era. That was my first Batman movie. That's just amazing. It's almost like they cued the music for the next car, the classic 1960s Batman. My dad was a huge fan. He was a kid when that came out. Batman. I've sat in one of these before. It could have been this one. I've seen some of these cars at MegaCon. Freaking classic. Of course, I had to sit in one of these one time and pick up the Bat phone. Not only do they have one, they have two of these. There's the Bat phone. Amazing. Always enjoy seeing these. Glad they're playing the right music. And the one popping out of the cave's got something to read over here. I'll show you what it is in a moment. But notice the cave, the Bat cave. You got Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman on top there. And then you got the appropriate Batman over here, Adam West. What's up, Batman? And this is the 1966 Batmobile driven by Adam West and Burt Ward in Batman 1966. The Batmobile was created by George Barris to transport Batman and Robin on their mini crusades. Dude, that's the freaking screen-used Batmobile from 1966. The hood is popped up. They're playing the Tim Burton Batman soundtrack. Whoa, yeah. That is freaking awesome. I wish I could get inside that car. They got Batman's mask in there. There's all kinds of memorabilia and photo ops in here you can take a look at on the wall. In this case, they got a lot of collector's items, cards, action figures. Oh, look that. I think I might have some of these. Batman, the animated series, one of my favorites. That came from McDonald's. I know because I have one. They've got the 1995 Batmobile over here. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Man, I love me some, when I was a kid, it was so freaking huge. I was right at that age. Batman Forever. Now, I'm assuming it's screen used. It doesn't really say. It just says the 1995 Batman Forever Batmobile. This is amazing. Huge fan of that movie. I was 7 years old when it came out. Heavily marketed. I remember getting my Batmobile toy and my Happy Meal. Val Kilmer, Tommy Lee Jones, freaking Jim Carrey as the Riddler. Man, this is so cool to say. The sign goes on to say it is the first Batmobile to have the glowing neons. It's the first Batmobile to really light up. And here is the 1966 Harley-Davidson Batcycle with the sidecar for Boy Wonder. Robin's sidecar. I believe this was actually driven in the show. It says right here that there was actually two versions of the Batcycle used during production. The screen-used Batcycle included the Robin sidecar, which appeared in the actual TV episode, featured various crime-fighting gadgets, and was a functional vehicle for an on-screen action. And it says right there, screen-used vehicle. So this is the bike from Batman 1966. So this is not screen-used. I don't see that red screen-used tag there, so that's how we'll know. Okay, I figured it out finally. It's about time, right? Wow, look at those Batmobiles touching. Almost touching. Hey, you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? Joker, one of my favorite lines. We got the Batboat back here from Batman 1966. I don't see much history on it. I don't see a plaque for it. But I definitely remember seeing this boat in Batman 1966. And another screen-used Batman 1989, 1967 Chevrolet Impala Batmobile that Michael Keaton drove. Man, I would love to take this around the block. Now this one is a lot I think it's a lot smaller, not as long as the other one we just showed. It's a little shorter. Not only do they have 2 screen-used original Batmobiles, check this out. Remember when the Batmobile splits its sides and it goes down the alley? Here's the Batmobile that goes down the alley, the really narrow Batmobile that they built just to do that effect. That's amazing. It's right here in this museum. I can't remember if it was Batman Returns or Batman, but I definitely remember that scene. That's the car right there. That's pretty awesome. What's up, Jailbird? I'm gonna call you Joey. I just have to. There's also, look at this. It's like a homemade Batman motorcycle there. Right next to Batman himself, Adam West. Who's your favorite Batman? That's a hard question, right? I'm not gonna answer. I'm gonna let you answer it in the comment section. This is one of my favorites though. What's a harder question? What's your favorite Joker or your favorite Batman? There's been so many of them, right? And still some more coming. It's hard to pick a favorite Joker too. I want to say Cesar Romero is probably my all-time favorite Joker just because he was like, he's the one that kind of, you know, set the vibe for the rest of the Jokers. Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, and just recently Joaquin Phoenix, man. That was a great Joker, the first one. I haven't seen the second one, but all of the Jokers have just been amazing. Talented actors. And I've shown you everything in this room. We have completed the Batmobile room, the Batcave. We've got Main Street USA and Americana right across from each other. I'm going to take a look in here. A 1954 Chevy Corvette. This would have been the first body style. The first Corvette came out in 1953. Wurlitzer jukebox. Honestly, I didn't know that Wurlitzer made jukeboxes, but it makes sense. So many antiques along the way. I love the theming in here. Welcome to New York. They've got the cow, they got the bull with the big apple, they've got the train, the Deezer Avenue J train, Statue of Liberty, they got the taxi. And it looks like you can actually go inside the subway car. Let's check it out. Oh, it's a diner. Hello. I didn't see you there. Oh. Cuban Find Freedom in America. Look at this. It's a tribute to Cuba. It's a raft car, a 51 Chevrolet car boat. I don't know if this was actually used or if it's just a representation of what was going on, but that's pretty neat if people came across the ocean in that thing. We've gotten back towards the middle. Check this out. This car's from Monster Garage. I never watched the show, but I heard it was good. It's a limousine fire truck that they created. It says right on the hood, Monster Garage. They've got the hose sticking out back here. Here's a picture of the car on the show. They've got the intake for the water to hook up to the fire pump. That's amazing. Driver Jesse James. All right, I see 007 right here on this Z3 BMW. I know that Pierce Brosnan drove one of these in GoldenEye. I don't know if it's this one, but it's definitely the same model. I don't see any information. It could very well be from GoldenEye. I love that car. I actually have a little Hot Wheels that's still in the plastic of this specific car, so that's cool to see. This is what I drove here, a Subaru. This is an old Subaru here. Look at this. I've never seen one like this. And it's Herbie the Love Bug theme slash... Ooh, there's a couple things going on here. It's painted like Richard Petty's car, which is 43, but it's 53. Oh, it's got the... Okay, I see it. So the back, it's a Suba wagon. I'm totally not seeing this. So the front is a Subaru. The back is a Volkswagen. So you got Herbie the Love Bug slash Richard Petty going on here. That's really neat. And this was used in something. It was probably on a show. It's a full throttle. Who remembers that beverage? A full throttle leather seat. I'm sure someone can comment below. They saw that on something. And it just keeps going. We're about to enter this long hallway here. Rooms off to the left and to the right, as you can see. We still have a lot of movie cars to see. I saw a lot. Even the James Bond Museum. I forgot about that. That will be after we actually exit this area. Oh yeah, the plane, boss, the plane. I don't know if this is from something, but it looks familiar. This could be a plane from one of the Bond movies. Not so sure. Oh my gosh. Mad Max. I love me some Road Warrior, some Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, and of course the original Mad Max. I think I've seen this car before at MegaCon, they had it on display down the street at the Orlando Convention Center. This is amazing. It doesn't say it's screen used or not on this sign, but it might be. There's a picture of Mel Gibson right there, Mr. Mad Max himself, with a 1974 Ford Falcon XB GT Coupe. And here it is right here. It's got the tanks in the back. This one's very polished. Not like the shape of the one you see in the movie. So I'm gonna say it's probably not the screen used one, but it could be. It doesn't say on the sign. There's a nice little dent right there. That's freaking incredible. And the Fast and the Furious, the original film cars, screen used cars. Check it out. I could have walked over to the Fast and Furious Supercharged and showed you some more Fast and Furious cars. We'll save that for another time. But back over at Universal Studios. From the original film, here's the Grand National. It was actually crashed in the movie. Look at this thing. Car fun facts. If one memorable scene, the car appears to be driving backwards but is actually moving forward, the illusion was achieved by placing a second steering wheel in the back seat. Oh, so there's a... Okay, there it is right there. All right, who remembers the scene with the Grand National? So they were driving it, literally were driving it backwards. They put a steering wheel there. That's nuts. Okay, look up here. That's the scene right there. That's from Fast and the Furious. Here's another car from Fast and the Furious, the Acura Integra. Can't remember who's driving this in the movie. It's been wrecked. The glass been pushed out. Really cool. The horn's been removed in this. And this is truly the moment we've all been waiting for. Hollywood, Cars of the Stars. But there's a few more cars over here I want to check out before I get in there. But we have made it. The Cars of Cinema. I love this. Earlier I was joking, but I was like, the plane, boss, the plane. They really have the car. The pink Jeep from Fantasy Island. That's amazing. So it's fair to say that all of these cars are screen used back here. It's a Pink Willie's Jeep. Who remembers Fantasy Island? I've only caught the reruns. It was before my time, but what a cool show. It's cool to see this here. And vehicles from the Great Race. This is Professor Fate's cannon car, or rocket car. It's got some dust on it. That's pretty neat. To be honest with you, I don't know if I've seen the Great Race. Maybe once when I was a kid. They've actually got the movie plastered up here above these vehicles. There's several more to see. It's pretty neat. Professor Fate. I'm guessing he's the main villain, like this guy right here. New York to Paris. Here's his actual car. Okay, there he is right there in dummy form. There he is in the movie. Hannibal is the name of this car, and he's standing right in front of it. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Dr. Robotnik a little bit. This is the Hannibal 8. Right there, and right there, screenshot. And we're greeted by Marilyn once again. I mean, come on, she's the queen of pop culture forever, right? Check it out. I see Dick Tracy cars in here. I was just wearing a Dick Tracy shirt. I almost wore my Dick Tracy shirt today. We've got Speed Racer, we got Miami Vice. Miami Vice, Don Johnson right there. Yeah, this Ferrari here, screen used. It's featuring Miami Vice 1973 Ferrari Daytona as seen in the show. That's pretty awesome. And we got Speed Racer, which is a cartoon, but it's cool that they made it a real life Speed Racer car right here. My dad was a big fan of the show. He used to watch it when he was a kid. Really neat car. I believe I've seen this one before somewhere. Maybe at MegaCon too. Oh yeah. Oh man, I love this show. I watch the reruns still all the time. Magnum P.I. Pretty much the only cosplay I've ever done. There he is right there. The man, the myth, the legend, Tom Selleck. Magnum P.I. with this very Ferrari behind him. This is one of the screen used Ferraris. Came all the way from Hawaii. I would love to freaking drive that thing. That's amazing. That's like one of my favorite cars of all time, just because it's Magnum P.I. I almost said Marilyn, but it's Madonna. Dick Tracy. Such a great classic movie. No movie like it, really. And this was the authentic car filmed with Madonna from Dick Tracy. It says it right here on the plaque here. It's got a lot of information for you to read. It is a 1936, almost said 73, Auburn Speedster. Madonna was driving right there. Now we have fake Madonna. fake Madonna in the car. That's not a joke. Holy crap, man. James Dean, man. Here is obviously not the car. I just saw where it crashed out in California, as mentioning. Really cool to see one in the real. So James Dean's car was a 1955. He crashed in 55. This is a 1968 Spider 550. Very similar though. It didn't change much in 13 years or so. And you got James Dean behind the wheel there. Should have wore that t-shirt too with the 130 on it that I wore out there. And of course you got the Rebel Without a Cause cardboard cutout. I referenced this cutout. This is the one I saw in Hollywood. First time I was there in the hotel lobby of the Holiday Inn. I started that video telling that story. Really cool to see it all come together right here. I would kill to drive one of those. Mini-Me. Yeah. Okay. This is from Austin Powers. This is awesome. I've never seen an Austin Powers vehicle in the real before, but this is really neat. I believe, who was driving this? Was it Dr. Evil or was it Mini-Me? Which film is it from? I haven't seen those movies in a long time. Do they still hold up? Maybe I don't want to watch them. But this is definitely, I remember it from the movie. Dude, no freaking way. I did not know they had one of these here. One of my favorites, RoboCop. Now this one, this Ford Taurus is from RoboCop 3, it's implying here, but still the same model. I had a Mercury Sable in high school. Very similar shape, and I always called it the RoboCop car. Stop, creep. Detroit. Man, that's so cool. It's got RoboCop's helmet right there. That's amazing. I remember seeing RoboCop 3 in the movie theater in Indianapolis with my parents. Not as good as the first two. A little watered down, but still fun. Better for kids. A little better. And this is a 1986 Chrome Ford Taurus. If anyone ever wondered what it was in the movie. I think it was the first year for that body style. The movie came out in 1987. They didn't change much all the way to like 95 or 96. Then they got that like oval glass window in the back that some of my friends put Nike swooshes in. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Now I just put this together. This is from that movie because it says Brad Pitt right on the back there. Passenger Brad Pitt. It's a really cool car. That was a weird movie. I enjoyed it. I probably won't never watch it again because it was so long, but I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. All right, now I'm starting to get goosebumps on my goosebumps. This is a police motorcycle, screen used from Back to the Future Part 2. The Hill Valley police motorcycle was the actual one used in the movie. It says right there. Who remembers that? I do. I've seen that movie 100 times. That is so cool. I had no idea this was here. That's amazing. And guess what it's sitting next to? Are you guys ready? It's another DeLorean. Freaking awesome. I wonder what scene this one was in. Alright, it is not screen used. It does not indicate it was screen used. There are so many replicas out there. This is a really good one. It does have the Mr. Fusion, so this would be like Back to the Future Part 2 era. I have had a photo taken with the original Back to the Future DeLorean, which now sits at the Peterson in Los Angeles. It used to sit at Universal Studios Hollywood in front of Back to the Future the Ride, and if I find that picture, I'll throw it in there. That's me and my brother in front of the original OG time machine. Lucky that my dad took that picture back in 1994. That was a really cool moment, being a huge fan of the movies and the cartoon at the time, which I used to watch a lot. Yeah, Starsky and Hutch. Not the show, but the movie, the 2000s movie. This is the car that Ben Stiller drove. That's amazing. 1974 Gran Torino. Always a cool looking car. I love the stripe. Amazing. Ben Stiller was here. And I didn't mind the recreation of RoboCop. Wasn't my favorite. It was cool to watch. But they do have the car from the newer RoboCop movie. I don't know what it is. It looks like a Ford. Can't really tell. There's no... Oh, okay. It says right there in the glass, but I can't really read it. What are you? I think it's a Ford. All right, so we do have some James Bond in here. Yeah! Awesome. Oh, there's the Lotus. Oh, man, this is cool. So this is the middle of the room. We still have more to go. Okay, I'm going to go around this way and come back to the James Bond. It's Herbie from the 2000s movie with Lindsay Lohan, Herbie Fully Loaded. I think I may have seen this car before at a car show. Yeah, I think I saw this in Oldsmar a few years back. I may have gotten the video. If it wasn't this one, see this one's got 2 steering wheels for the stunt driving. This was actually used in the movie. If it wasn't this one, it was another one from Herbie Fully Loaded. During filming the 1959 Volkswagen Beetle, Herbie was placed on a cargo ship for a scene in Herbie Goes Bananas. The ship encountered a storm, exposing Herbie to salt water and causing rust, which added the untinted character to the car. So that was not intentional. That's cool. Wow, I didn't know that. That's a fun fact it said right there. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Is this car from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? That's really cool. Dick Van Dyke. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Doesn't say, but I think it might be just because they have Chitty Chitty Bang Bang back there. I think this is one of the screen used cars from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Oh, are you kidding me? Is that one of the original Munsters vehicles? I don't know if it is, but it looks like it. Okay, it says it right here on the hood. Oh, look, Herman's driving. Herman Munster's driving the car. This is the Ford Coach, the Munsters. Let's see what it says here. Model George Barris, who designed the Batmobile, also designed the Munstermobile. That's pretty neat. Look at that. That's awesome. There's all the characters right there. Eddie Munster, that was my nickname when I was a kid. And look out. Oh, here's the dragster. Dragula. Dragula, born 1367, revamped 2000. Dragula. Talk about a creature to feature. Man, that's so cool. I love the Munsters. I love the Addams Family, but I did watch the Munsters more when I was a kid. I did too. The Go-Go Gadget Mobile from the Matthew Broderick Inspector Gadget movie. We've got the cartoon version of Inspector Gadget here. It's one of my favorite cartoons when I was a kid. I'll get you, Gadget. Who remembers that? Man, that was so good. Yeah, I didn't mind the movie. It was great. I thought it was really cool. Really funny movie. Look at the Go-Go Gadget dash there. All the buttons, all the bells and whistles. Look at that. The shifters. That's neat. I would love to drive this. All right. Okay, I'm seeing stuff. I'll get there eventually. This is amazing. I may actually cut out a bunch of the cars I've already shown out of this video because there's just so much, and I wanted to make this more about the cinematic cars. I will have to come back. I mean, we're talking about 2,000 vehicles. You're looking at the Soul Train, Michael Jackson's Soul Train from the video. That's incredible that it's sitting right here. Wow. Look at this. It's quite amazing. And there he is right there, the king of pop. And right here, my friends, oh my gosh. If you didn't know, if you're new here, my favorite movie of all time, Ghostbusters. This Ecto-1 looks almost screen used. I don't know, it could be. There's no sign out here. It looks just like it did in the movie. I feel like I've seen this before, again at MegaCon. It is quite amazing. This is a beautiful car. I love that it's got the lights down here. When I see this symbol, it's just me. Oh man, so classic. Look at the dash. And inside, yeah, this is a very authentic replica. Wow. As I'm showing the Ghostbusters car, the song is coming on. Yeah. Man, what a great day. Ghostbusters. Something strange in the neighborhood. I would love to drive one of these. I think that's one of my new dreams. Drive an Ecto-1. I was at the 40th anniversary Ghostbusters Day in the city, and 3 Ecto-1s, actually like 4 or 5 showed up. There was 3 right in front, but ultimately when I was leaving, there was like 4 or 5 that came in for Ghostbusters Day. That was a great experience. And across from the Ecto-1, we've got Grease Lightning from Grease. Awesome. And look at that, there's the high school. I've been in front of that high school not too long ago. It's actually the same high school from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. I did the filming locations for that, and I put it together. I was like, hey, this is the same high school from Grease. I went back to school, beauty school dropout, or YouTube dropout. And it's got the glass hood, just like in the movie. I believe this is the screen used car. John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John was sitting right there. That's pretty amazing. Any A-Team fans? We got the bus from A-Team. A 1983 GMC Vandura van. 1977 Leyland Cars Mini 1000 Mark IV. From Mr. Bean's Holiday. You got Mr. Bean, Roland Atkins right over here. This car was in the movie. This is crazy. That's a funny movie too. I love Mr. Bean. And here's a 1997 Ford Econoline van, screen used, from Spider-Man Homecoming. And this belonged to Vulture's Men. They got Spider-Man breaking out of it. Who remembers this scene? That's really cool. They got some newer movies in here. All right, here we go. The actual Kawasaki police motorcycle. Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon 3. That's awesome. Many parts of Lethal Weapon 3 filmed right here in Florida. I've shown many of the scenes before, specifically the Clearwater ones. I love the Lethal Weapon. And one of the greatest of all time, Dr. Jones, Indiana Jones. This is a Jeep from Raiders of the Lost Ark. No way, that's freaking amazing. Wow. Also, check this out. I don't know if it's the same one, but it looks like the bike and sidecar from The Last Crusade, which is probably my favorite Indiana Jones film. Always has been. Here's one of the German vehicles. This may also be from The Last Crusade, Knight Rider. You see a lot of kit cars. Not kit cars, but kit cars. Kit, Knight Rider. Is this one of the screen used ones? Do I finally get to see a real kit car? I don't know if that's screen used, but I remember when this premiered, my dad watching it on TV. 1989 Pontiac Banshee boat car featured in Knight Rider 2000. That is one of the screen used cars. That's pretty impressive. I didn't know this was here. That's cool. I vaguely remember that show. It didn't last long. Knight Rider 2000. Who remembers? And we've got a Peter Fonda Harley bike from Easy Rider. No label or anything, but classic. That's definitely, it looks like the same bike. Okay, check it out. All right, it's a kit convertible, and there's something to read here. This actually might be from the show. Kit's on. All right, I do think this is in the show. It doesn't say. I wish that this museum was more self-guided. I think they're really trying to get you to do the VIP, which makes sense. But I'm just going to go on a limb that say that 90% of what you're seeing here is screen used. And look at this. Oh my gosh. I love Total Recall. There's the freaking Johnny Cab. The Johnny Cab, man. That's awesome. Arnold Schwarzenegger was in there. Total Recall, just an amazing movie. And then right next to, of course, perfectly placed, right next to the Johnny Cab, you've got the hearse from Terminator 3, Rise of the Machine, and there's Arnold. I specifically remember this scene in the cemetery where he picks up the coffin or whatnot, throws it over his shoulders. It was kind of like recreating the Commando scene with a log. That's what it reminded me of. Terminator 3, went to the theater when it came out. Wasn't my favorite, but I've learned to like it more over the years. And this is a crash car from, I think that's, what is that, Day After Tomorrow? Oh yeah, I think so, with Tom Cruise. I don't think I saw that movie. Edge of Tomorrow, I think. Edge of Tomorrow. Shanghai Nights. That was a funny movie. I love Jackie Chan. Love me some Jackie Chan movies. My favorite Jackie Chan movie is actually Rumble in the Bronx. Shanghai Noon was the original, right? Yeah, Shanghai Night. So Shanghai Noon was the original. Shanghai Nights was the sequel. I don't even know if I saw Shanghai Nights. I think I did. The first one is really funny, though. And the Triumph bikes from Mission Impossible 2. Who remembers that scene at the end? Really cool motorbike scene. These are the bikes from the movie. That's crazy. They are 1999 Triumphs, Daytonas 955. Got the red one and the black one from MI2. I remember watching that in the theater with my dad and my brother. That's cool that they're just sitting here right now in front of me. All right, so we're getting to the James Bond vehicles, finally. I know, right? This is from Die Another Day. That might be my least favorite Brosnan movie. No offense to Halle Berry. It was just kind of different. A little more over the top than normal. I know they're all over the top, but Die Another Day was probably my least favorite Brosnan Bond movie. James Bond 007. Here's a Lotus. Don't know if it's screen used, but I do remember James Bond driving one of these. I specifically remember Roger Moore driving this, so it would have been The Spy Who Loved Me, which is a great movie. I watched it at the Tampa Theater, actually. One of my favorite, my only Bond experience at the Tampa Theater was The Spy Who Loved Me several years back. This is not the screen used car, but it is a representation of one that he drove. The one that he actually drove is called Wet Nelly, and it was custom built, and it says here on Wikipedia, credible source, just kidding, and it says here on Wikipedia that Elon Musk actually owns the screen used Wet Nelly from The Spy Who Loved Me since 2013. Hello, Laurel and Hardy. Wow. Hey, welcome to the 1920s, folks. This looks like a Ford. 1923 Ford Model T Roadster. A very polished one. Got that glossy paint. Shout out to Laurel and Hardy. Bonnie and Clyde. Check it out. It's got the bullet holes. ORV. That's another quote. I don't think this is the real version, or the real one, of course not. Here you go, Bonnie and Clyde up here, the notorious outlaws. They would have been driving a 1929 Ford Model A, and this is what you're seeing here, recreated. A collection of antique boat motors. Wow. Some there, some up in the case here. All on the wall, beautifully displayed. Really great shape. There's a Champion motor. That's cool. Mercury. Yeah, check out this whole wall here. Not just cars. They got all kinds of stuff. And memorabilia. And look, little boats. What an amazing collection. Oh, speaking of boats, there's a pirate driving that wooden boat. Arr! Happy Gasparilla, everyone. I don't think I'm going this year. All right, here we go. I was looking forward to this one too. The Cars of the Stars. Now, in here, oh, I see it. We've got more screen used movie cars. This one is from, what is this? Oh, Tucker. See, I was just learning about this movie. This is actually from the movie Tucker. A lot of people said I need to watch it because I was at the drag racing car museum in near Leesburg, Belleville, and I saw the poster of Tucker, and I hadn't seen it. Little did I know, there's an actual car here from the movie starring Jeff Bridges, and there it is right there. That's the car. Jeff Bridges coming out of this very car right here. Tucker. I still gotta watch that. From How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Whoa, that's so cool. That is from the movie. Get him, Kato. The Green Hornet. It's got the machine gun coming out there. The Green Hornet. Get him, Kato. Bruce Lee, original Kato. 1965 Chevrolet or Chrysler Imperial. This is screen used. It says it right there. That's incredible. Yeah, it was a good movie. I didn't mind it. I thought it was funny. It was very funny. Seth Rogen's really funny. All right. I did not expect this. Beautifully lit with the green. Christine. Whoa. Love that movie. Got the poster right over it. And this is a screen-used Christine car, 1959 Plymouth Fury. And Christine, the 1959 Plymouth Fury's barn scene shows the car miraculously repairing itself. The filmmakers achieved this effect by fitting the car with hydraulic systems, allowing the body panels to be pulled back into shape while playing the film in reverse. It created the eerie illusion of Christine's supernatural repair. So it doesn't say if this is the car from that scene, but it might be. Wow. It is Christine from Christine. That's beautiful. I just love this car. Well, yeah, another car that when I think of the 50s, I think of this car, the Plymouth Fury. That and the second Corvette, the 1957 Corvette, and the 1957 Chevy Bel Air, ultimate 50s cars, and the Thunderbird. All right, I'm just going to keep going. All right, I'm going to get this into frame. If you take a screenshot, it'll last longer. Good song there, too. Bad to the Bone. Christine, as written by Stephen King. Better show the interior here. Awesome. Oh, the day I was born. There is the backside of Christine. Right, Humphrey? Maybe not today, kid. Maybe not today. All right, who put that Twilight Zone cap there? That's cool. I want that. Love the Twilight Zone. The Mystery Machine. What? Okay, maybe this one's screen used. No way. The Dukes of Hazzard. Yeehaw. All right, this 1974 AMC Matador cop car is screen used. This is awesome. This was probably driven by Roscoe P. Coltrane or Enos. And we got Daisy's Jeep over here, the Dixie. Now, it doesn't say it's screen used, so I'm just going to say that everything that doesn't say screen used in this museum, I'm going to assume it wasn't, but there's been some things that I'm like, that had to be in the movie. Again, I really wish there was more signs here. I mean, there's just so many cars. It's hard to make a sign for all 2,000 of them. I get it, but specifically the movie cars. Generally, look at that. Covington, Georgia. I've shown some of those spots before. Actually, no, I don't think I have. Oh, yeah, around the square. No, I haven't shown like the spots, but I've been to the spots. Love Covington, Georgia. That's where they filmed the first season. And then they moved it out to Hollywood. All right, once you finish these cars, you enter this hallway here. Look, Scrooged. That'd be cool if they had a Scrooge taxi in here. A lot of stuff to look at. This just takes you back out to the rest of the displays. The collection continues out that door. Okay, this can't be real. Say hello to my little friend. Nah, that can't be real, right? Al Pacino did sign that picture, though. I can see it right there. Love me some Scarface. All right, guys, so I may cut out a lot of the stuff I filmed in here because it's going to be like a 3-hour video. I will come back to show more cars sometime in the future. But we have finished the map here as far as the cars on the map of the actual Orlando Car Museum. And we're heading back down the red carpet, and we're going straight for the James Bond collection, which is over here to the left. That was really awesome. A lot of surprises in there I didn't expect. All right, James Bond 007, James Bond Museum entrance right here. I think I just show my wristband. Also, you can come over here and obviously get a drink at the bar. Check all the movie posters out over here. That's awesome. So I'm going to talk about James Bond. My dad was a huge James Bond fan as well. He got me into it. My favorite James Bond movies of all time. All right, I don't want to jump ahead. We'll get there. How did I not know there's a James Bond themed restaurant in freaking Orlando? It just like went over my head. I knew there's vehicles here, but I really didn't know. I just knew I had to get here. It all starts right here. Yeah, Bond 007. Here we go. I'm just gonna let this roll real time. The World Is Not Enough. That's a good one. I like that one. Spectre. My favorite of the latest, the Daniel Craig. What do you think it is? I mean, it's obvious. It's one of the best Bond movies ever made. Can you think of it? Skyfall. Skyfall is a great movie. Skyfall and then Casino Royale are my favorite Daniel Craig Bond movies. And oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Wow. Oh my gosh. I thought there was going to be like, no lie, I thought there was going to be maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe 10 vehicles in here. Whoa. I could make like 10 videos in here. I could have just done all James Bond. Speaking of James Bond, who's your favorite James Bond? I know. Connery. Yeah, it's hard to pick. Roger Moore. I really like Daniel Craig. Pierce Brosnan. Timothy Dalton. Oh gosh, what was the one? Her Majesty's Secret Service. He played one. I can't think of his name. Sorry. We'll figure it out. That Bond was cool, kind of. The shark vehicle from Dr. No is sitting right here in Orlando. That's amazing. The yacht from Russia with Love, 1963. Get out of here. Aston Martin. Now, I can't read anything in here. I got to take the tour, dang it. This is one of the original Aston Martins, I believe, from Thunderball. Look, they've got the jetpack up there. That's awesome. Also, there's the motorcycle. Oh, look, Goldfinger. The Mustang from Goldfinger? No way. 1964 Goldfinger. And look, they've got like in the beginning of the movie, she's painted gold on the bed. That's really neat. Dude, there's a freaking airplane in here. Another Aston Martin sitting right in front of us. Such a classic car. The ultimate James Bond. Another Rolls Royce as seen in James Bond. We got, what's his name? Oddjob. Right here in the picture. I believe he did drive this. Maybe in Goldfinger. There he is over there with the golf clubs. And right here is the newer Aston Martin. Newer, I say, I think 2000s. Can't really read the label over there. But I definitely remember Daniel Craig, or maybe Pierce Brosnan driving one of these. There's another Lotus over here. Incredible. What a collection. He's got 2 Lotus. The name's Bond. James Bond. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. Dude, it just keeps getting bigger. So it says right here that this 2012 Land Rover Defender is from Skyfall. And there's two of them sitting right here. That's cool. Yeah, I really like Skyfall. So good. Non-stop action. Dude, Die Another Day back here. Check this out. The World Is Not Enough boat. The Q-boat. The Parahawk. Wow, BMW 750 from Tomorrow Never Dies. I love Tomorrow Never Dies. That's another good one. BMW R1200 motorcycle. Dirt bikes. Semi-truck. Where's that semi-truck from? All right, I did the locations down in Key West. This is from License to Kill. The little submarine. That's amazing. The Living Daylights car. The Timothy Dalton Bond films. I thought Timothy Dalton was great. Such a great Bond. I wish he would have done another one, but Pierce Brosnan ultimately got it. Was supposed to get it, but because of his contract renewal with Remington Steele and NBC, he was originally supposed to do The Living Daylights and License to Kill, but they got Dalton because Pierce Brosnan was doing Remington Steele. But ultimately, he came on for GoldenEye. View to Kill 1985. I really love that one, especially the desert scenes. This is a car from that. Oh, okay. This is crazy. It's a Renault 11. We got airplanes up here. We got another BMW. I mean, the list goes on. There's another Lotus. Two Lotus. Oh, wow. This looks like the one from For Your Eyes Only. Oh, yeah, it is from Your Eyes Only. Look at that. Get out of here. That's crazy. And here is the amphibious Lotus over here. I guess Elon Musk owns the OG, the screen used one. This is yeah, just a recreation from The Spy Who Loved Me. Ultimate Bond Collector, Mr. Deezer. Another Lotus. Yeah, they use that car a lot, though, I guess. Used it a couple times. All right, I'm looking for Live and Let Die. That's one of my favorite Bond movies of all time. One of the first ones I ever saw. I think it was the first Bond movie filmed in America, too. Also, Moonraker was really good. 1979 Moonraker. Like, what the crap, man? This place is amazing. How did I know people have gone here. I have friends that have been here, but honestly, I didn't click on their videos or whatnot because I knew I was always going to come. I do that all the time. No offense to them, but wow. I had no idea that it was this impressive. We've got cases and cases, displays, anything from books, CDs, 8-tracks, cards. I mean, look at this. This is the ultimate Bond collection. I mean, if James Bond had his own James Bond collection, it would look like this. Bond cologne. Bond the dolls. Bond girl dolls. All the Bond girls. Hey, I figured they may have made those. Who's going to be the new Bond? Have they decided yet? It keeps going back and forth, right? Look. Oh, we got some wardrobe. Check this out. James Bond Experience. It looks like a Moneypenny's costume from 1983 Octopussy. That's screen used. That's amazing. Love that all the soundtrack music's going. What's your favorite Bond song? GoldenEye's up there too. That's one of my all-time favorites. Tina Turner, Man with a Golden Gun, 1974. Sir Roger Moore, and this is one of my all-time favorites. First one I ever saw, really. Live and Let Die. Live and Let Die. Paul McCartney doing the title track. Such a great song. The boat. That's amazing. If that's the boat from the movie, that's incredible. This Triumph car is beautiful. This is from Diamonds Are Forever, 1971. Well, I'm afraid you caught me with more than my hands up. It says that right there. That's a line from the movie. Connery. This car is from On Her Majesty's Secret Service. It was the Bond movie that Sean Connery did not do, and it went to, oh gosh, what's his name? Was it Hornsby? Something like that. Can't think of the actor's name. I believe this is a 67 2000 GT Toyota SC. You only live twice. You only live twice, 1967. I wish we could just go up in the plane. What James Bond movie is this from? Which one? How did they get this plane in here? No, like, that's a legit question. Like, did they rebuild it in here? Because I don't know how they got this in here. That's incredible. I think they literally took that plane apart and rebuilt it right here in the museum. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's a big room, but it's pretty tight. They had to put that in here piece by piece. All right, James Bond fans. If there's something you saw in here, something that sparked your interest, or if you want to know more about it, drop it down in the comment section. We'll figure it out together. Again, not many signs on all of this stuff, so it's hard to determine what is screen used and not screen used. But really cool replicas. This is the this is the greatest like movie collection of anything I've ever seen. Probably the most expensive too. And they have a special section roped off over here. VIP Bond style. Okay, I'm walking past the arcade. There's even more stuff out here. Whoa. Okay, I see Flintstones down there. We're gonna take a look at that. Is this the tank? This is the tank from GoldenEye. Are you kidding me? What the heck? That's incredible. Oh my gosh, so Pierce Brosnan was right here. No way. Is this the real tank? That's amazing. Yeah, it says right there, Russian tank. Oh my gosh, look at this. The cars go all the way around. This is amazing. All right, I'm gonna show a couple more things. I think I've literally filmed like 400 shots. I may not use all of those. I will have to come back, but there's some Flintstone stuff over here I gotta check out. Welcome to Bedrock. Flintstones the movie. I remember my first trip ever to Hollywood, to California when I was a kid. They had just wrapped up filming the Flintstones, and there was pieces of the set on the back lot, and we got to see it. And also, I got to sit in one of the cars from the movie. Not this one. This is awesome. I like it. It's the convertible. It looked more like this one. I don't think this is it, but it looks just like it. That could be Fred Flintstone's. It's a golf cart. Someone made that. That's not the screen used. There's another Ghostbuster car in there I didn't see. How do you get in there? Wow. This is awesome. All the Flintstones cars. Ooh, this might be it down here. Yeah, this looks like the Flintstones car. This could have been the one sitting at Universal Hollywood. I have a picture of it, in it, driving it. Did it make it its way all the way to Florida? I think it may have. We have been reunited all these years later. 31 years later. Also the Bedrock police motorcycle over here from Flintstones. That's amazing. And here's the tree bird. The T-bird, tree bird, get it? Also from the Flintstones. All right, I filmed so much that my camera is about to die. I am finally exiting Dezerland almost 4 hours later. Dezerland. I think I said Dezerland. The sun's starting to set in the west. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching and sticking to the end. I'm gonna keep this kind of short because I went so long and because my battery is about to die. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the much ahead. Know you're awesome. Know you're loved. And no matter who you are, what you're going through, just know that there's always much ahead. Really love the James Bond stuff. That was awesome. Tampa J. Bye-bye, guys. Bye, Dezerland. We'll be back. There's still much to see in Dezerland. This place is amazing. There's so much to do. They also have miniature golf in there somewhere. I didn't even see that. All right. See you guys. Bye-bye.